conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
You're listening to Believe You Me with Michael the Count Bisping and Paul Felder.
I don't know why I'm cleaning my glasses, Paul, because I've got my contact lens in. The reason I'm doing it is because this. No, but this lens moves around. People have probably seen me, touching my eyeball, which I was just doing that at the gym this morning. And you know what they say? In the gym, there's more bacteria than on a toilet seat. And I'm touching my finger every few seconds. Rebecca's like, stop touching your eyeball. It's dirty. I'm like, I can't see anything. Everything is blurry. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all had a tremendous weekend and happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. I'm tired. I got up super early. 3:45.
Okay.
Got in my workout. Saw my mom. She's doing great, by the way.
Awesome.
Thanks to all the people that commented, by the way. It was really nice to see. I have a totally different energy that I'm bringing to the podcast this week. Last week, I was bitching about all the haters. This week, I'm thanking everybody for coming out of the woodwork and saying nice things. And a lot of those guys were like, don't listen to those, those assholes. Most of us are just understanding you guys have lives as well and have to deal with stuff. So she should be out tomorrow. They want to do one more little test and then she should be home, which is also horrifying. So Mom, if you watch this, we're all horrified that you're coming home where there's not constant 24-hour nurses. And I'll be in Paris with you, Michael. So my other brothers are going to be busy boys for the next week.
As I said last week, my mum doesn't watch this podcast, but I said to Rebecca this morning, we're going to talk about getting her in a home suit, which she will not have because she's old school Irish. There's just no way she would do that. There's just no way. It's like, Mum, you can't walk. How are you living? So we have some home help that goes around 3 times a week. They cook her meals and they do her shopping and stuff like that. But it's like, Mum, at some point. Anywho, we are off to Paris, but there was no UFC at the weekend. We will talk about Paris, which is next weekend. But there was a lot of action at the weekend. Non-UFC. Misfits providing the entertainment. Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold. Who did you pick, Paul?
I picked Darren Till.
And so did I, via knockout, and we were all correct.
I think we were all on the same page with that one, and he showed exactly why. This isn't MMA. You said it. There's no kicking. There's no grappling. I think, honest to God, if they did fight MMA, I really think Luke probably has a damn good chance of winning that fight, but it's not. It's boxing, and Till is a really good boxer, and he's been doing it.
Yeah, look at this knockout here.
Man. Dude.
I mean, Rockhold started off, he was doing all right. Then he gets dropped with 1 second left in the first round.
Badly.
I think it was the second round. Badly. Because he got dropped. He got up. He fell into the ropes.
Yeah.
It was like a Rocky.
Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell on that one. If there's any more time left in that round, he's done. He's
100%.
Done.
And by the way, it looks like we've got Lerone Murphy joining us in just a little bit. That's why I was looking at my phone before everyone in the chat starts going, oh, look at him. He's not paying attention. He's looking at his phone. He gets knocked down in 1. Got knocked down in 2. He went down to his knee, but the referee never called it. He landed a few shots. His jab was okay. But as always, the chin was way up in the air, man. And the hands were low. So what are you doing? Tuck the chin, Luke. Tuck the chin.
So those terrible habits that you develop when you're a tall guy like that, right? How tall is Luke? 6'4"? 6'3"?
6'3", 6'4".
And he fights long, right? And when you're a kicker, you can control the range with that left kick. He's got a nasty, nasty left kick, and he's got that question mark kick. He's dangerous at distance, but that same distance doesn't apply in boxing, and those same bad habits still stick around. And at what, is Luke 40 or 41?
40.
Man, I don't want to see the dude get KO'd like that. I mean, he got KO'd a lot towards the end of his UFC career, and Mike Perry broke his teeth. He's broken his jaw. Now he's been knocked out a lot. This is when you start to go, okay, like you had to have made a really good payday there. You had to have made a lot of money when you were fighting in the UFC. Man, you don't need to do that anymore.
I don't know if he's necessarily, again, I'm not trying to be a prick here, and this is not me trying to be funny. I don't think he's being the smartest with his money.
The money.
With the money, because, I did very well out of my fight career, but I was also very smart with it. I didn't make Conor McGregor money, nothing like that. And I live in a nice house and we live a very good life. And our monthly expenditure is ridiculous, to be quite frank, but I work my goddamn balls off.
Especially with those Apex shows, that you got to stack that. You got to really stack them.
you got to stack that up. You got to stack those Apex shows, bro.
You got to stack them, man.
Fucking hell, man.
What do you get? $500 for a power slap?
Yeah, no, 250. 250 and a bus fare home. But I put most of it away. I was able to put a significant chunk away, which works for me. I don't think Luke was doing that because the story. All fighters, they think he's going to come in forever. He did not. He definitely didn't think he was going to lose the belt, and then he probably thought he would get it back. I don't know how much he got paid for that, but what would you guess? What do you reckon Misfits are paying those guys? And Harrington and Brian, give me if you got any info, jump on and let me know.
You think they're making at least like 500 or more?
I think so.
Or like at least a few. I mean, I would think they've. To get a guy like Darren Till and Luke to do that. I mean, Till. Do you think who do you think made more? Do you think Till made more? Or do you think they made the same?
Probably similar, I would imagine. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm basing.
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Really, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the person negotiating the fee. How good is your manager? That's what it always comes down to, the manager.
So here I'm reading, it's speculated that Darren made anywhere between $250 and $350.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, the arena, I think that's the new big, massive arena in Manchester, and it was pretty full. It was pretty full, so the gate would have been healthy. But hey, regardless, the point I'm making is I hope they made some money, but I also hope Rockhold doesn't fight again. He needs, right. I mean, as you said, got his teeth pushed in against Perry, got knocked out in the UFC, got beat down by Costa, gets knocked out by Darren Till. I guess it's just another one of those circumstances, though. It's like, what are you going to do?
What else is there to do?
Can he just go get his picture taken? He was like a Calvin Klein model or some shit.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Ralph Lauren for a bit, but
yeah, it's just tough, man. When there's nothing else driving you other than combat sports, it's so difficult. Look, I mean, Frankie Edgar's back doing bare knuckle boxing, and he's another guy, a former champion. I think the only reason, and I really do think this is true, I hope it's true, I think the only reason Frankie's doing it is because he can't let it go. Like, he loves to compete. I really do. I hope so. And I know he's getting paid a lot of money for it. Like, I talked to a friend of his, and he's getting paid.
He is?
Yeah.
$1 million or less? Up or down?
Maybe.
Really?
Around these said potential, hypothetically, around these numbers.
Too much, but you don't want to say, but it's around $1 million.
Yeah,
good for him.
Exactly. He's getting, However, so I mean, for a guy like Frankie, that's like, oh, man. I mean, if somebody came to me today and said, we want you to fight for $1 million, I might be like, my hip's good. My hip is good to go.
I swear to God, if Misfits or anyone out there offers me $1 million bucks to do one of these bullshit little fights, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
And I mean, guys are doing it that have had crazier track records with injuries and KOs than I have. It's just like, I'm not getting that money. You know what I mean?
When you mentioned Frankie Edgar, because we haven't mentioned that before, and immediately when I did see the news about him fighting bare knuckle, which is tough, it's gruesome. Yeah. I just brought up his record here. Chris Gutierrez was his last fight, knockout. Before that, Marlon Vera, knockout, loss. Before that, Corey Sandhagen, knockout, loss. Chang Sung Jung, knockout, TKO. Decision loss to Max Holloway and a knockout by Brian Ortega. You know, there's one win in there over Pedro Munoz. Certainly not talking shit about Frankie Edgar. The man's a legend of a fighter and as a human being. He's absolutely awesome. Get the bag, get paid. Just, I hope he comes out safe on the other end.
Yeah, me too, man. Because he is a very cool dude. He's so down to earth. He's just such a typical Jersey dude, taking care of his family. And that's why I texted my buddy. I was like, man, does does he need to do this, or is he's like, just he loves it, man. Frankie is still training all the time. Like he loves fighting, competing, and keeping himself in shape. So I think he's just a case of one of those guys that's really having trouble figuring out what else am I going to do.
Also, Paul, this is where me, you, DC, Dominic Cruz only just retired, but this is also where we're kind of lucky. And there's other guys behind us like Michael Chiesa and Anthony Smith that work the broadcasting. We're still part of it. We're still part of the sport. You know, we still get to go to the events. We still get to interact with the fans. We get to call the fights. We get to walk into the octagon and interview the fighters. So it still scratches that itch. But I'm sure if I was to retire and just walk away, and I lived in England and I hadn't been to a UFC event in 9 months or whatever, a year or whatever, and I'm like, geez, what am I doing here? You know, I'm like, I'm going to take a fight. I'm going to take a fight because I love to be around the energy.
Yeah. Yeah. We say it all the time that's why I check myself every now and then. And anytime I start bitching too much, I'm like, man, I got to fight in the UFC. I got to try to live my dream and make a little money there. And then before I even was close to retiring, I'd been doing it since 2017. I retired in 2020. So, I mean, I knew I always had, as long as I kept doing a good job on commentary, I would have that in my back pocket. And knowing that kind of gave me even more freedom with my fighting, right? It's like I can lay it out there knowing like, okay, if this ends shorter and I don't get the belt, if I don't get this or that, I still have a job. Well, my contract's up this year, but so hopefully I'll still have a job next year.
Shit, Paul, don't leave me. Don't leave me with Dominic Cruz and DC and Sanko. Saying that, my contract's up soon. You know what I mean? We might all be gone. We might all be down the river. Paramount TV's like, we're not having them BYM.
Yeah, we're bringing in some. We're bringing in Charles Barkley and a bunch of other guys from the NBA.
We're bringing in real professionals. Oh God, then I'm definitely back. Could you imagine? Holy shit. Let me go back to the notes. So yeah, anyway, Darren Till. What do we think's next for Darren Till? I'll say he said he's not going to call out Jake Paul, although that should be the fight to do. Not Gervonta Davis. That should be the fight. There's Tommy Fury, but Tommy Fury walked away. There is Masvidal, who I think everyone would want to see that because, of course, he got knocked out. And then there's also, who's the other one? Nate Diaz apparently has been talking shit as well. So
I like both of those fights. I think those make sense, and I like that he's honest about the. No, go ahead, Harrington.
There's one other name that he was bandying about. A gentleman who said he wants to take a fight in Misfits this year, Mr. Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I thought you were going to say Carl Froch because that's who he was calling out.
Oh, he was talking about Carl Froch after the. I did see Carl Froch walking out. I just read a thing. I'll pull up the article.
He screamed at Carl Froch, man. He was like, come on. And then Carl Froch was walking out. I don't think he was walking out because he shit his pants or anything like that. It was the end of the night. You know what it's like? You want to beat traffic. You know, Carl Froch's a former world champion, you know, legendary boxer, big punching power. But he's also 48 years old. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on, Till. Don't be Jake Paul on us, bro. Don't be starting to Jake Paul us, though.
We'll have Darren Till going mental. We'll have him going mental. Speaking of going mental, did you see him go, you're stressed? Did we talk about this?
No.
Did you see that clip? He's going, you're stressed. You're stressed. You're stressed, motherfucker. And like, whilst being psychotically stressed.
Like, yeah.
Oh, man.
He's a nut.
Okay.
He's fucking nuts.
I see where I pulled this from now. He said in a quote to the publication Seconds Out that he is going to be fighting Andrew Tate in December, and KSI might be on that Misfits card as well.
Okay. All right. Well, we talked about Andrew Tate last week. So well done to Darren Till. That's all I've got to say. Nice one, mate. Fair play. Commiserations to Luke Rockhold. However, and Harrington, maybe you can give some color on this. I don't know the full story, but Rockhold's combat wasn't over with Darren Till. There was an altercation inside the elevator, from what I understand. I saw a post. I sent it through to the group chat that we have. Still waiting on Harrington to jump on. There he is. What is this? Well, I saw a post. Maybe Brian can bring it up on the screen, but there's no video. What went down?
So there was an altercation in the elevator. There were some photos that were snapped, and then in addition, Luke Rockhold showed up to the weigh-in. So when he took his shirt off, he had a big mark on his back. So people were commenting on that. Interviewed after his fight, Dillon Danis claims that there was a bit of a scuffle on the elevator. He claims he weakened Luke Rockhold's chin so much. He said it was already a glass chin to begin with, but after he was done with him, he softened him up for Darren Till. Luke Rockhold was asked about it right before he went into weigh-ins before the fight, and he said, I got what I wanted out of it. I left a big handprint on his face. He said there are trolls and there are real fighters. When you put those two together, shit's going to happen. And then he also said that after the incident, he heard Dillon Danis, quote unquote, crying like a bitch in the back, threatening not to fight on the Misfits card after it happened. No. So depends who you believe.
All right. Okay. Wow. He said, she said.
Yeah. I believe one side more than another anytime it comes to Dillon Danis talking about anything.
All right, this episode is brought to you by Prizepicks. Now, look, listen, we all sit there and talk about fights and sports every single day. Well, you might as well get paid for making those predictions, because being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement of this season or the UFC or the boxing. Do not miss any of it, because with Prizepicks, it pays to be correct. Prizepicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projection. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prizepicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 plus states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prizepicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prizepicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, or more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. So to give you an example, this football season, are we saying that Saquon Barkley gets more or less than 1 rushing touchdown? It's that easy. Joe Burrow, will he get more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns? Or will Josh Allen get more or less than 270 passing yards? It's really that easy. Just pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projection and you can get paid. Download the Prizepicks app today. Use the code BELIEVE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BELIEVE to get $50 in lineups after you play just your first $5 lineup. Prizepicks. It's good to be right. And I guess because I was going to go in order. We were going to talk about Tony Ferguson, but we're talking about Dillon. He DM'd me a while ago, giving me shit. And I just wanted to remind myself what he said. So I looked at it. He's got 6 million Instagram followers, right? I don't know if he's bought a ton of those or what, but he's got a healthy following. And the question that I'm going to ask is, because I don't know if you saw it, Paul, but he tapped his opponent out in 15 seconds.
I saw.
Which, regardless, whatever you want to say about him or whatever, it was impressive. I mean, the guy made a stupid mistake being a boxer and then like kind of dipping his head and kind of half shooting. Of course, Dillon's going to wrap it up. But even still, very, very high level skill. The question that I'm going to ask you, Paul, is, because this is what he's pushing for, do we want to see Dillon Danis in the UFC? I'll say, I kind of do.
I don't. I think he hasn't done anything yet to prove why he belongs amongst these guys that have been busting their asses to be there, other than he's got a huge following. And it's a slippery slope if we start rewarding these guys just for that, right? Then you become celebrity boxing. Then you become these freak show fights that most of the time they are. Whereas like Luke and Darren Till, that was like a legit 2 fighters having a boxing match. I'm down with that. I can get behind that. But like Tony's fighting, a streamer, and you got KSI and all these other guys that aren't real athletes. If Dillon Danis gets in the UFC, it's purely just so that it because of his following and everything that he talks shit and does all that. That guy.
No. You bring up good points, and I don't disagree with anything you said. He has had several MMA bouts in Bellator. He did win them all via submission. He didn't fight anybody good, granted. And he did just do that. And I was just like, he's barking and making all this noise. I'm like, I think it's just part of me wants to see, throw him in there and let's see what you really got against someone real fighter.
Yeah. And just give him a nasty off the bat. You know what I mean? Give him somebody that's got good jiu-jitsu, good takedown defense, and hits like a goddamn Thor's hammer in there. And you can find that. What weight class is he? 155 or
170, 170 pounds.
He'll get murked at 170.
I mean, Kevin Holland wouldn't be bad, right? I think he's at 185 now.
Yeah, but
Michael Morales would destroy him. Ian Machado Gary would tap dance around the octagon. He wouldn't get near him. Kamaru Usman, could you imagine? Can you imagine what Usman would do to him?
And that's the thing. He's calling out all those guys. He's like calling out the entire roster and anybody. I think who was he talking shit on recently? Was it Cormier or somebody? He's always talking shit on people. Well,
no, he is. He is.
And you've dealt with him
many times. Yeah, exactly. He's just wore off a duck's back though. It doesn't even register. But I'm like, I just kind of want to see him in there, see what he's got, see if he can really do it. And if he can, fair play. And if he can't, well, there you go. Shut up and off you pop. Herringbone.
He says he wants on the White House card. He says, let's do Conor versus Khabib, me versus Islam to test, the SBG grappling versus Russian grappling. He also says that Hamzat would be an easy fight for him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we could all say shit. You know what I mean? We could all say ridiculous stuff. It's never, ever going to happen. Simple as that. That's enough for Dillon Danis. It's as bad as talking about Paul. It is. It's enough. It's enough. Luke Rockhold, fair player. Apparently he put hands on him and slapped him. Nice. I was happy to see Tony Ferguson win. I was a little bit worried in that first round. Salt Pappy was cracking him. He was throwing a mean left hand.
Pappy.
Old Salt Pappy. We all know Salt Pappy's the man. We know about the legendary left hand that Salt Pappy has, man. But Tony Ferguson still got it because he took the best shots that Salt Pappy had. He took them on the chin flush and was able to come back. And you know what?
There he is. Look at him. Look at him, man. Moving.
Performance.
Yeah, moving, shaking, moving that head a little bit, and then getting them combos going hard. Was it early? Do we think it was early?
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah, I think it was early. Not that Tony still couldn't have won the fight, but for that poor kid, I do think he was moving and keeping his hands up. Let him fight a little bit. I mean, Jesus, if that's MMA, they're letting him take like 40 more shots before they call it.
The reason I say it was a classic Tony Ferguson is because, in the UFC, he used to just basically get beaten up to start and then just out-tough him, do the old Homer Simpson routine. And then when they got tired, finish him. You know what I mean? And that caught up with him in the end. But he it wasn't quite like that, but it was a little bit like that. So Pappy was looking good early, kind of got tired. Tony Ferguson just took over and ended him with that combination. It was a little early, but still, I was very, very happy for Tony Ferguson. I really was.
Even though I picked against him and I feel bad about doing it, but I'm very happy for Tony. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, he had a lot of losses, but you want to talk about a crazy mother effer that didn't quit on himself, even out of the UFC, getting into boxing, never done it in his life, and he gets in there and he gets a win. I don't care where that win. I said to my wife, I was like, I wouldn't have cared if it was a win over his barber. Like, as long as Tony's getting a dub, you got to feel some joy for that. When you're on that kind of a losing streak, when you were as high as Tony was, where people are talking about him back in the day beating Khabib if they had fought, and then you go on that losing streak, it's good to see get a W. Hopefully it doesn't give him too much confidence, though, where he's like, oh, I'm going to fight 20 more times. Well, but knowing Tony, I don't think he ever plans on, he'll be in the retirement home trying to box up the employees in there. We all know that.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Brian, I just sent you Lerone's email. I don't know if he's going to jump on because he said he would do, but then he hasn't responded for a bit. I asked him for his email and he hasn't responded. But he did just get back from a vacation. He's been away on holiday with his family, and he
Good for
literally said,
him.
"Yeah, I just got back. But I'll do it." I was like, "All right, fair play." So he's probably unpacking and all that type of stuff. You know how it is when you get back from
And what
fucking
time is it
China, and then you've got to
England?
go
It's
to 9
like
o'clock
9
at night.
o'clock there. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you know what it's like when you get back from China and you're still jet lagged, and then you got to go to Paris the very next goddamn day. Oh,
Yeah. Switch your
for
time
it,
zones up again. When do you get in?
go. I leave. I'll get in Wednesday. I think about 1 p.m., something like that.
All right, I get in like maybe an hour before you, I think.
And we're already booked in for our first cultural experience.
Are we?
Well, no. Rebecca.
Oh, you're going with Rebecca. I was going to say, what?
No, but we'll do some culture. We'll do some culture, Paul. Well, you know,
Yeah.
we'll
get a beer in the hotel bar as well. We'll get our culture
do
there.
a good dinner one night. We're gonna do a good
I
dinner.
want to do that spot in the basement where they had that beef bourguignon, and it was like real tiny. And you went to the wrong place, but it was similar. But it was a similar restaurant or something like that.
So, maybe we talk. Oh no, you weren't doing the show this time last year, but 2 years ago in Paris, we went to this restaurant, and it was amazing, weren't it? It was amazing. It was all like stone. It was like a dungeon from like the 15th century or something.
Up some little street.
Burning. Yeah, and they had the most amazing beef bourguignon, and it was awesome, weren't it? And I went back. I told Rebecca, I'm like, we got to go to that restaurant. I find it, but it turns out there's two of them, and one of them that we went to. Did you go with Lappy last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys went to the proper one. We went to like the newer one, which was terrible. It was crap. The kitchen wasn't the same. And Rebecca was very, very underwhelmed. But we're booked in to the catacombs. Wednesday afternoon, we get off the plane. And then we're going down the crypts and the catacombs. And I'm going to be knackered. And that's all it's going to be. That shit. Yeah. I'm like, Rebecca, it's not a holiday. I'm here to do work. I've got to watch fights. I've got to do my research.
I know. I still got a lot of work to do on this card. How many fights do we have, too? I think we have like 13 or 14. And then, dude, in Perth, we apparently have 15 or 16 fights in Perth.
Good luck with that. Main event, Imavov versus Kyle Bahayo. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Maurizio Ruffi. That is a sick fight. Obviously, Fakhretdinov versus Gustafsson early on.
I wonder if he's going to be all mad at us.
Who?
Fakhretdinov, because
why?
That fight that he lost to did you call that one?
Buckley?
Maybe it was me in DC. No, when he fought Fakhretdinov fought the Brazilian guy you really liked who got knocked out by Salikov, Leal.
Carlos Leal.
He fought Leal, and I really think Leal won that fight in his debut against Fakhretdinov. It was a good fight, but he lost that fight. And he, in his post-fight interview, like the press conference afterwards, he kind of called out the commentary team for being wrong and all this, and they're full of shit, and he won that fight. I'm not sure if we're interviewing him yet, but we'll see. You might have to hold me back, Mike.
Jesus
you might
Christ,
have to hold me back.
Calm down, relax.
Fakhretdinov. He would crush me.
Imavov versus Kyle Bahayo, that's got to be a number one contender matchup, right? You would think the winner of that fights.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, because did they book De Ridder yet? Is he fighting somebody?
Hamza? No, I don't know.
That's not happening, right?
Harrington, you're the man with all the bookings, especially.
Oh no, yeah. De Ridder is fighting Fluffy, right?
Is it? Oh, I did see something about that. I don't know for sure. I saw something on Twitter. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's on the UFC website. They are the main event of UFC Vancouver on October 18th.
So yeah, you're right, Mike. I think there's two possibilities, right? I think we have this weekend coming up with Imavov and Bahayo, and then I think they're going to be looking at De Ridder and Fluffy, and I think the more impressive one, the one that makes the most sense, the one that's ready to jump in whenever they need him to be. I think we got two fights that probably determine who's going to be fighting for that middleweight belt next.
Let me ask you a question, because Khamzat Chimaev, dominant, no doubt is going to be a great champion, didn't have the busiest schedule. Do we think, because Imavov, Bahayo, Fluffy, De Ridder, all kind of worthy of a title shot already, You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, Ohio's undefeated for ages. Imavov just knocked out Adesanya. Fluffy's just ragdolling everybody. DeRidder, massive quick rise to fame, just beat Whitaker. Do we think eventually the winner of both of these fights are going to fight each other? Or do you think Khamzat will be ready and turn around quick enough to face the winner of one of these fights?
Yeah, I think that's a huge possibility depending on how quickly he can jump back. And this is what we talked about, right? Before that fight ever even happened. Not that I don't want him to be champ. Never said that. I think the guy's an absolute freak. And if you're going to win these fights and you get that belt, you deserve to have that belt. But the only concern would be strength of schedule when you have a champion who maybe he can prove us wrong. Maybe this is his opportunity to be able to fight again quicker than we expect, because you've got contenders. You've got many, many opportunities for guys to be next in line. Even if you beat one of them, you've already got somebody else lined up, because there's 2 fights happening, 4 guys where there's opportunities for somebody to set themselves up to be first and second in line for that belt. So yeah, I'm hoping that he can keep at least twice a year, defend that belt, which would be nice. Now, granted, you get hurt and things happen in this sport, and maybe you fight once a year, maybe you have to sit out for a little bit, but I mean, he should be pretty much unscathed from that last performance.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you got to think. I mean, Duplessis landed a couple of shots at the end of the fight, but that was
you
it.
grappled for 25 minutes. Yeah, you do that all the time. Like we've seen you in the gym do that. You do that every day.
He's riding around Chechnya right now in a brand new. What did he get? Was it a G-Wagon? Something like that? He got something nice. He was gifted a very, very nice car. So he's enjoying life in Chechnya. He's probably getting given land and titles and money and God knows what else, but he's having a good old time. I guarantee it. So fair play to him. Enjoy the riches. It's awesome when you become the champ. Like all kinds of new friends come out the woodwork.
Oh, I'm sure, buddy.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I had 2 movie offers within like a week. I was like,
after you won the belt.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, is this how it is? My God. And then one on the main card, which will be a fun fight. Paul Craig, Modestas Bukauskas. Paul Craig's he's had some ups and downs lately, like Paul Craig a lot. He's a very capable fighter. He makes some strategic bad choices, but Bukauskas, he's a fun guy as well. Should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, should be good.
Pitbull's on there.
And Pitbull, dude, talk about a guy I like that Pitbull's on this card, because what he's showing is that he is ready to, like, let's go. I'm not wasting this opportunity in the UFC. Lost my debut, immediately bounced back, beat a really tough guy and a good guy in Dan Ige, and now I want to keep it rolling, and he's already booked again. I ain't mad at that. I like to see that. That.
Yeah, no, for sure. That proves what he's about. It proves that he's not just like, I've got my reputation in Bellator. I'm probably on a good contract. He lost his debut. Who did he lose to? Yair Rodriguez?
Yeah. So, I mean, off the bat, fighting one of the best guys. And, you're right. He's not resting on the laurels. He's not resting on his reputation. He got 1 win so far, and he wants immediately to get another one. And to me, that says he still wants to get back at fighting for a belt inside of the UFC. And if, dude, you keep checking off those boxes, you keep winning fights.
I don't know who the guy is.
I know. I saw that too.
His name is Losin.
I like it even more though, bro. I like it even more that he doesn't even give a shit who it is. Bro, that's great.
Bro, this guy is making his UFC debut. So we're doing research here live on Believe You Me podcast. He's had 17 fights. He's got a record of 16-1, 10 knockouts, 4 in Octagon, which is in the Czech Republic and Eastern Europe for the most part. Jesus Christ. I mean, how good is his opposition? That's the real question. For that, we come off Wikipedia, we go to Tapology, because Tapology will give you the reputation of
the records of
his opponents. Yeah. So, last person he beat was 21-8.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Before that, the guy was 12-1. Before that, his opponent was 16-1. Before that, 17-4, 10-2. So he's fought some decent opposition.
So, at first glance, he's fought what looks like good winning records. Yeah, again, still not the caliber, but hey, that's all you can do when you're on the regional scene, right? Is take on guys with really good records and beat them. Now, how accurate those are and all that. Listen, we're not here to deep dive. We're here to do research based on what we can see. Yeah. And then just watch your fights and talk about that. So, but good on Pitbull for not giving a shite about who his opponent is. I wonder if that's last minute. I wonder if it was supposed to be somebody else or if this kid's hyped up that they're bringing in.
I have no idea, but just like you, my proper research is yet to commence. I just downloaded the file this morning.
Thursday and Friday.
Or even come Thursday. I'm going to be an expert on this card. Anything you want to ask me, Paul, I'll have it. When we get to the fighting meetings, I'll be that guy on the plane. You know, like when you sit in business class, you're like, that guy must be a very important business guy because he's doing graphs and charts and he's on his laptop. I said, I'll do some work. I'm watching the UFC and they look over.
I'll be honest. If I'm on that flight, especially when we're international,
I say it every time, but I never do.
I'm watching movies. And then I'm the same as you, though. I'm a crammer, too, because obviously I'm looking at the card. I'm seeing who's on there. We're doing the podcast. Like, we're talking about things. We have the fighter meetings. And then it's like the last 2 or 3 days, it's time to go because it's going to be fresh in our minds. We've talked about this, me and you, all the time. If I do this research last week, I'm not going to remember shit other than what I wrote down. That's it.
Correct. So there is UFC Paris. I look forward to seeing you there, Paul. Is there anything, because we're sticking around, I said last week we were going to go to Ghent and Bruges, but then a lot of people said in the comments, they were like, you only need a day there. So now I'm like, oh, so still undecided as to what we're going to do.
But you're definitely doing Bruges? Are you definitely doing Bruges?
I think we're going to do it, but we're open to suggestions in the chat, you know.
Okay.
Are you going to come to Bruges?
I want to hear about Bruges. I won't be able to. I got to get back home, unfortunately, with the new baby, but those are destinations.
Do you want to come? Let me see. Yeah, like see if you and Lappy or whoever else, there's a restaurant. It's like a Japanese fusion. You got to take your shoes off when you go in, and you sit in these little things. It's unreal. It's like
is it on like the floor?
Yeah.
But
it's really good. It's like 12.
I guarantee you, Lappy would be down for it. I guarantee that.
I'll book a table for 4. Solar. It's good, man. And it's in like the buildings from like the 9th century or something. It's really cool.
Yeah. Because I haven't done much else in Paris. Have we been there? What is this the 4th time?
Fourth time in a row.
Paris, right? And I mean, I've done that really cool restaurant. I've done a lot of cafes and stuff. But yeah, something when it's the 4th time, it's like, I'm looking for something different.
We're going to do something a bit more upmarket, a little high scale.
I saw the Eiffel Tower. I do still have to go to the Louvre. I haven't seen the Louvre yet. Is it worth going?
The Eiffel Tower's a lot of shit. Let's be honest.
Right. That's what I mean. I saw it. I seen it. So it's like, do I need to? I don't need to go back to that type of stuff. And it's tons of tourists. I want to see the stuff what are the locals in the city actually going to do? And when they go out to eat, where are they going? Those are the types of things I want to do. And drink some vino, man. Drink some wine. Chill at a cafe. We're going to do that at some point, no matter what. You can't walk out of the hotel without being able to walk to a little shop or a little cafe.
I'm on the wagon.
You going to Paris? No drinks?
I'm trying. I mean, I've done 3 days now. You know, I didn't drink at the weekend, which is big. Yeah. You know, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So fourth day.
I have not been great. I mean, we had all that stress with the baby, then we had all the stress with my mom, and now, you know, Christine, she's still being very controlled, obviously, but she can at least have a drink with me now that she's not pregnant, and so
so now she gets through the other side. You can't be like, oh no, I'm being all healthy.
Yeah, she'd be like, wait, I wanted. You could have been sober the whole time that I was pregnant, and then had a couple of drinks with me and be supportive, and you didn't, and now you're going to be that. So. Yeah, we both agreed. All right, we'll get through the first couple of months. We'll let you explore and enjoy the things you haven't been able to partake in, and then eventually I gotta clean it up. I mean, I'm drinking a beer right now. I'm drinking a Ship Bottom Oktoberfest. Oktoberfests are already out. I'm a sucker for Halloween time. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte or any of that kind of guy, but I do like some pumpkin beers. I'm going to be completely honest. Judge me all you want out there. All you me believers. I don't care.
Well, they will judge you, Paul. And And rightly so, if I'm honest. The pumpkin spice stuff. That's those pumpkin
Right.
spice.
I don't like all that stuff.
20,000
Just
calories.
beers. I know, but honestly, I've told you before, that's like, I don't get enough calories.
Yeah. No, it's true. You are very lucky like that. Yeah. So obviously, I had the neck surgeries. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I don't know if anyone knows, but I had some neck surgeries. I had some neck surgeries last year. I never mentioned it, but it's true. And with that was a lot of medication and stuff like that. So I've just stopped a lot. No more medication. No more muscle relaxers. No more painkillers. No nothing. No booze. No. I'm trying to get locked in and healthy and give my liver a goddamn break. You know
That's
what I'm
good,
saying?
man. Yeah, and the painkillers will be a huge chunk of that, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, no, it will.
Years, it takes
will.
time.
But I'm still in pain. But I can't live the rest of my life taking medication. I just can't.
And that's
so
the thing. It's just a slippery slope, and then your body starts to have issues because of all that stuff. Whereas you might go through some more pain now, but maybe in the long run, the inflammation and things like that can subside just from not taking so many different prescription drugs. So I hope the best for you with that, because that's good. That's tough to do when you've got neck pain, like
bro,
back pain, neck pain.
It's still there. My neck, my back, my hips, my hip, bro. I think I'm with you with the bloody hip replacement. I swear to God.
You might be.
I'm not just trying to jump on the bandwagon. Anyway, enough of that. No one wants to hear this shit. So because of that, Saturday night, being all civilized, just stayed in with Lucas because we're going away, and we watched a movie and got a pizza. What movie do you think we watched? Well, there's a lot of movies. You can't
time
guess
period?
It's a comedy.
Okay.
Early 2000s. All right, I'll give a clue. Very controversial now, wasn't at the time.
Tropic Thunder.
Yes! Good guess.
I know exactly why. I mean, it makes complete sense.
Never go full retard.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that movie is so...
It's hilarious. I was watching it with, I'm looking for a movie with Lucas. I said, Tropic Thunder. Have you ever seen that? He said, no, but his buddy has. And his friend told him all about it. So we ordered Tropic Thunder. We ordered some pizzas. We got 2 pizzas. We got a Mediterranean and we got a pepperoni. Okay. And I said, don't do it on DoorDash, babe, because DoorDash, the prices are always too expensive.
Yeah, they jack it up. Yeah.
They jack it up like crazy, and it is. And I'm not being cheap. So I said, no, I'll call direct. And she's like, well, if you want to not use DoorDash, you get on the phone. I'm not speaking to somebody, like that's so hard.
Kids.
So I'm like, yeah. So I said, I'll call. And I said, okay, large Mediterranean, large pepperoni, please. And she goes, okay, that'll be with you in 45 minutes. It's round the corner, by the way. 45 minutes is not quick. And then she says, and that'll be $75. And I was like, okay. I said $75 to Rebecca. That's what it cost for 2 pizzas. So I put a tweet out there, and I think the tweet's performing fantastically. Not that I give a shit about that type of stuff. But let's have a look. How many views is the tweet on? Because I did notice. I can't even see anything because of my bloody eyes. 500,000, pretty much. 500,000 interactions or views or impressions. It seems to be quite the talking point. $75 for 2 pizzas, though. When I was a kid, I'd get a 12-inch pizza, £3.95. $75. Is that normal?
No, it's not. It's not normal, but it just shows you that these higher end pizza places that do it better, do all the toppings, they're super expensive. There's places like that around me where there's just this like one Detroit style deep dish place that's really good. And it's not even that big either. It's a square pie and it's super expensive. There's a spot that's famous out here in Delaware County where I'm living now, and Imperial Pizza. We used to order like 5 of them if we were having a party, and they're like $5 a piece. And to hear $75 for 2 pies, I mean, we could have got a whole shit ton of them for that amount of money. And
Harrington and Brian, jump on. We need.
They're in New York. They're probably used to spending $100 on pizza.
We need the boys on for this one.
No, so I do pizza with my daughter once a week. Like typically Mondays, usually like after we're done recording, Alex is out at Skanks, and I'll take her to the pizza place. And like just getting her a couple of slices, me a couple of slices, maybe a rice ball, we're talking $30-$35. So like I think that's just the price of doing business now with these pizza places.
I'm on Seamless or Grubhub right now at my local spot, and I just put in an order for 2 pies with pepperoni on it. It comes out to $61.90. So
that's crazy.
You're in California, it's similar prices.
Yeah. Without getting all doom and gloom, I mean, and this is what people said on Twitter. Yeah, I've done all right in life, but it still doesn't mean I want to be taken advantage of, because people were like on Twitter going, "What are you complaining about? You've done very well." It's like, no, I know, but even still, I remember where I came from, and I remember
still know that it's ridiculous.
For a fucking pizza. It's a bit of bloody dough with some cheap toppings on.
We talked about this maybe last year, I guess, when California was trying to bump up their minimum wage to whatever it is. And, I said then, I was like, this is going to make businesses go out of business because the cost of doing business is going to be too much for customers to handle.
Yeah. I watched this documentary on YouTube yesterday about the highs and the lows of Los Angeles. And it had some guy, and he was going around the poverty-stricken areas like Skid Row and stuff like that. And then it would go to this woman that was making $10 million a year, and she was so far away in the clouds. She had a personal stylist that went shopping for her twice a month, and she would pay $6,000 just to pick out the clothes, and she would spend $80,000 at a time. She was an annoying woman. But then it would go to these other guys that can't afford to pay rent. So now apparently what they do is they're all renting camper vans. That's the newest thing that they all do. And it's about $250 a month to rent this camper van. And this guy's making a pretty good business. He's just bought a house because he's got together about 25 camper vans that he rents out and stuff like that. And I had this guy, and he works as a goddamn mechanic. So he's working full time as a mechanic. And then he comes home and he lives in this camper van, and he's trying to save up a little bit of money. And he's working as a mechanic. It's not like he's a down and out. It's not like he's a drug addict. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's just sad. And it's really heartbreaking to watch this kind of shit go down, because people are working hard, holding down full-time jobs and still struggling like that. And here's me bitching about the pizza, but how the is he going to afford a Mediterranean pizza and the pepperoni from Porky's?
Well, yeah, this is all
what's
Black
on the
Rock's
Mediterranean?
fault.
What's on the Mediterranean?
Yeah.
Basil, chicken, a few bits of veg. Chicken, basically. Chicken and veg. Black Rock, Brian, you say?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's just this evil corporation called BlackRock, and they are literally buying up all the single-family homes in the country, making housing unaffordable. They own all the businesses you go to. They own everything. It's their fault.
And they're buying
If I disappeared, I didn't do it.
They're also buying your utility companies left and right like crazy. So they're going to be
they own
in charge
everything.
of your power and water soon too.
So, yeah. They're in the UK. They're in Australia. They're all over the goddamn world. It's disgraceful.
They literally own everything.
Yeah.
This isn't government conspiracy. Well, maybe it is, but we haven't talked about this meteor / comet that is all over social media. What is it? AI Atlas or AI?
Yeah.
Bring it up, Brian. Find it. No, I haven't seen this.
A lot of it's rumorville. A lot of it's, I'm sure, just bullshit posts. But every time I open up my Instagram, it's like NASA is terrified. This thing is not acting like a normal meteorite. It's not acting like this. It's slowing down, change the direction. There's a lot of rumors that it could be like an alien mothership and it's headed directly towards Earth. It's coming from another solar system. It's entered our solar system. But I think a lot of it is complete, BS. And
I think a lot of it's bullshit.
You can't really tell it, but it's fascinating. Every time I open up my social media, it's like, oh, the aliens are coming. They sent a message, which is complete bullshit. The one message I heard some Chilean scientists had transcribed was, hey, hang tight, guys. We're on our way. We're friendly, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, they said hang tight. They said hang tight.
Hey,
we're going to bring on a special. We're bringing on a special guest here. I'm going to bring on a.
Oh, no way, little Stella. Oh.
Can we see her?
Let's have a one shot, Bri. Let's have a one shot. Look at that. I mean, bless. She's got the red hair.
Yeah,
Bring me back. Let's have a 4-shot again. Oh, mate, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. How old is she now?
How old now? 3.5? 3 weeks?
Oh, she doesn't look like she's she looks healthy, like chubby.
Yeah, she's starting to get chunky. She's starting to get chunky. We're getting some chunks.
What is she weighing right now?
Chunks. She was almost at her birth weight, a couple weeks ago? So they lose a little weight after they're born. So they weigh whatever they weigh, and then they drop a lot of weight. What's going on? You should see her eyes.
Are her eyes working?
Yeah, her eyes working yet?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she can see me from here. What do they say? That's like 10 inches or something for a while.
Wow.
Probably sees better than me, to be fair.
Probably does, Michael.
Depth perception.
All right, I'll give you back to mommy.
There's so much bullshit about this meteor comet thing right now on the internet. From the most reputable sources I can pull up, it's a normal comet. It's gonna come close. We're gonna be able to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the most of the NASA stuff I've heard. But I was telling
the craziest
Christine
shit
the
I
other day,
hear is some wild shit.
You gotta see it's definitely a fake page, completely joking around. But the translation of what this Chilean scientist discovers, like, hang tight, everyone, hang tight.
It's your algorithm.
I'm looking at too much of it.
This is one of the craziest ones I've found so far. It says, the tail's facing the wrong way, which it's not. This is from dailygalaxy.com. So what is that? What is Daily Galaxy?
This is cool. According to science, that NASA's official website, in October, it's going to get closer to the Earth than Mars currently is. So that's kind of cool.
Still very far away.
Very far away. Yeah.
But they said it's the size of like a skyscraper, right, or bigger.
Yeah, it's huge. Like if it hit us, we'd be super.
Yeah.
It's a meteor the size of Texas.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to be okay. And you know what? Worrying about it isn't going to do a goddamn thing.
No.
I think
but
about
it just. Go ahead.
Like if I was on a plane and they said the plane's going to crash, we're going down. I think I'd be all right with it. I think I don't think I would panic. I'd just be like, you know what? Fill this glass up.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit there all cash and calm. And when we hit it, boom, we're gone. I don't think I'd freak out. I think about this a lot on planes. I don't know what that means about me, but I do. I'm like, if it dies right now, then it's all good. It is what it is.
I'd be spazzing.
But what
I
would
don't
you
know
do?
if I'd be running up and down the aisles, but I'd be inside. My heart rate would be pounding out of my chest.
There's not much you could do except be stuck to your seat, because if you're out of your seat, you're
definitely gone.
You are wrecked.
I would probably get up and slap the rude guy, the steward that was rude to me, because they're always rude these days.
You know what would happen though? You wouldn't crash, and you wouldn't crash.
I'm like, we're gonna die. That's what you get, you prick.
Like,
now get yourself
the
in
pilot
brace
comes on.
position.
Ladies and gentlemen, actually, we've just leveled out. Everything is good to go.
And there's just a dude with a ranger hat waiting for Mike when the plane lands.
We're gonna have to take you in, Mr. Bisping.
Then I'm on the no-fly list for life. No more
That'd
Paris.
be tough for
no
the
more.
UFC.
No more Abu Dhabi.
You'd only be at the Apex.
Only at the Apex. Get a little pat on the head, though. Get a little pat on the head. All right, this episode is brought to you by Betterhelp. Now, look, listen, when we're looking for help and support, we're always turning to anyone. It might be a guy in the gym, random stranger in the bathroom, or even the person serving you coffee or a hairdresser, but they are not licensed therapists. They are not professionals. So if you've got anxiety, depression, or other clinical issues, they won't have the right answers. Instead, get guidance from a licensed therapist online with Betterhelp, okay? BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists, and BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient as well. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. You can also switch therapists at any time if for some reason you aren't vibing. So whatever your problem is, speaking to a professional therapist, it's going to help. addiction issues, anxiety, anger issues, sadness, depression, whatever it is, they will help you in whatever way you need. As the largest therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at betterhelp.com/believe. That is 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/believe. Harrington, give us a story. I'm looking at the notes. Oh, there he is.
Man.
Jesus Christ. That was like perfect timing, Lerone. Number one. Hold on, let's have a look. Did he respond? You didn't. Oh yeah, got it. See you soon. You did respond. What's up, buddy? How you been?
I'm good. I've just got off holiday. Just went to Marbella with the family, so just literally got back a few hours ago.
I said that to Paul before. I said, fair play. I said, he's just got back from a holiday. The last thing he needs to be doing is jumping on a podcast. But he did it. He said, yes. We appreciate it, Lerone. How was your time?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good to get some downtime, switch off a bit and enjoy some food, man.
Lerone, just, you get to face this guy, Aaron Pico. He's got a lot of hype coming into the UFC, and you've been a staple in this division for a while, just quietly continuing your win streak. And then you put on a performance like that. And a lot of people have been talking about how when a guy gets to that next big level, it's usually based on a crazy standout performance, even though you've been beating awesome opponents all throughout your career. When you landed that elbow and you saw him go down, and you got to celebrate that kind of a performance on that big of a card, man, what was going through your mind to finally just get the recognition that I think a lot of us really feel you've deserved for a long time and kind of been championed for you to getting these bigger fights. And now here you are potentially facing, Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? I felt like I just needed something like that. I did another. Obviously, a win's a win in my eyes, but another decision win probably wouldn't have got me a title shot. I needed something big like that, and like you said, what a place to do it. Co-main event in Chicago.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly.
I jumped out of my goddamn seat. I'm staring at the couch that I watch all the fights at in here in my house, and I thought you were going to win that fight. I really did. Yeah. I told all my friends. I think I messaged you too. I was like, bet on Lerone Murphy to win this fight. The kid has been facing the ultimate best in the competition. He's been in this division for a long time. And when you pulled it off, man, it was very, very satisfying for the people that have been watching your journey to see you get a big KO like that.
Yeah, it's massive. It was massive. Do you know what? It felt good to get another finish on the record. And then obviously when Volkanovski called me out as well after it, and it was just like icing on the cake for me. So hopefully the UFC do the right thing and make it happen.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about that, Lerone. You said before, you mentioned the title shot. Volkanovski's mentioned it as well. Has there been any dialogue? I mean, I'm assuming you had a little chat with Dana afterwards. Where does the land lie right now?
Who knows? But I did get told before the fight that this fight had title implications. So that was before the fight. And obviously I won the fight, and by KO, what more can I do now? I've had 4 fights in the top 15 now, 2 main events. So I believe I'm next in line. I feel like I've done more than anybody else that's names in the hat. So I think I've got the best chance of getting it, to be fair.
And also for any casuals out there, you're going out, you're main eventing fight nights, you're on other fight nights and you're still undefeated, you're doing big things. But for a lot of casuals that maybe didn't know who you were, they all tune in for the pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? And your co-main event and you knock him out with a spinning back elbow, man. Do you know what I mean? And he had all the hype. How did that feel, by the way? That Aaron Pico is coming in and he's had some losses. It's not like he's this undefeated phenom. Yeah, he's got the boxing. Yeah, he's got the wrestling. But there was a lot of promotion around him. Did that piss you off a little bit?
Do you know what? I like to see things from a few different perspectives, and the way I looked at that is that there's no American champions at the minute. He's got a big name. Obviously he's got the wrestling pedigree and all that stuff. So I feel like the UFC wanted him to be champion. Otherwise they wouldn't have put him against the number 1 contender. So for me, it was just like opportunity. I was just looking at it as opportunity. Okay, this kid's got the hype. They give it me on short notice. I've got nothing to lose here. I just go in there, beat this kid, and I take the number one spot. So I wasn't really bothered about it, to be honest.
And just along the lines of that, right? How did this all come together for you, Lerone? He was supposed to fight Movsar. You step in, things get changed, different card. How was the negotiation process for that? And like, was there talks of like back then, even when you were getting this fight offered to you, were there even talks of like, listen, you go and you beat this kid on this card, you're going to be very close to a title shot? Was that something that kind of enticed you? Did they use that, or like, how did that all work out for you guys?
Yeah, that's obviously they offered the name. Can you step in on 3 weeks' notice to fight Aaron Pico? We've lost Mofsar to whatever, and yeah, that was in the message. This has got title implications in it, so that's obviously I can't say no to that. I wouldn't have said no to anyway, because I was asking for a fight from like probably like May. Soon after Josh Emmett, I had no damage. I wanted to get back in there again, so I'm always training. I'm always in the gym, and I want to stay active. So when that come through, it's just a no brainer for me.
So on the UFC roster since 2019, 10 wins in the organization. You just knock out that guy there. And as I said, 10 wins, undefeated in the UFC, 17-0 overall, which is ridiculously wrong. Congratulations on everything. Yeah. But not trying to be negative here. Last finish was in 2021. We know what it's like. We're always trying to finish. And when you're taking on the best guys, and it's people like Josh Emmett, fans talk shit, but they don't know. Like, you're always trying to finish the goddamn fight. But when you land that elbow, how good did that feel to finally say, listen, there it is, you fucking dickheads. There it is. Talk shit about me. Look at that. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it was. It was just a silence the haters, and it felt good. Like, obviously, like you said, 2021 was my last KO, and it was both pretty similar, flatline like KOs, like bad KOs. So, I need more of them now. I'm hungry for more.
And Lerone, you are a guy that has shown your elbows and your clinch game a lot in your fights. And when you get a guy like Pico, who's kind of all gas, all offense, was that something you and your team were kind of picking out? Because I believe I saw a clip of you guys pretty much going over it, countering with back elbows and things. It looked like this was something. It wasn't some freak thing, right? I hate to hear anybody bring that kind of shit up when it's like. We've seen elbows from you before, and then we saw you warming up with these types of things. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, so I knew he was going to close the distance a lot and pressure a lot. So I was drilling the knees up the middle, the spinning back elbow, because obviously if you watch my fights, you see that I throw a lot of spinning back kicks, right? So I knew he wouldn't have been ready for that one, because I haven't really thrown that one before. So it's something I drilled a lot, especially with where he puts his head when he's shot. So I'm a technician. I watch a lot of tape on guys, so I understand the flaws, and I'm already seeing holes in Volkanovski that I'm going to exploit.
Oh, well, I'm not going to bother asking, because you're not going to say them out loud, but it shows where your head's at, Lerone, and rightly so. So you're already doing the tape study. And I would assume, I mean, obviously we haven't got any inside info. We're not matchmakers or anything, but I would assume that you get the title fight. I mean, Movsar Evloev, of course, undefeated, but taking out Pico in style and then undefeated 17-0, as I say. I mean, it speaks for itself. It really does. And Volkanovski wants it as well. Yeah. Last time I commentated one of your fights, though, was Josh Emmett. And great performance, very strategic performance, because Josh Emmett is a son of a bitch, man, and he hits like an absolute goddamn truck, and one of the toughest bastards on planet Earth. Were you aware of all the dickheads online? Because I got so much shit. Just for like calling the fight accurately and saying that, Lerone's doing good. Nice shot from Lerone. My God, I had an avalanche of abuse online. I don't know what you were like. Did you get a ton of shit as well?
Bro, that was the worst I've ever got after a fight. And I got loads of it. And obviously, I get it, though. People want to see you go toe to toe, but realistically, like, why am I going to give him a chance if I know I can pick him apart from range? Obviously, like you said, we always would love to get a finish, but you just got some of the fights you've got to fight smart in it. And I feel like I fight every fight differently. I got a performance of the night, bonus against Edson Barboza because I pressured, and I fight everybody differently. Like I said, I watch a lot of tape on guys, and I figure out how to beat them. So, a defensive performance against Josh Emmett, like one defensive performance, you can't really knock me for that.
No, you can't knock it, man. And people are always going to talk shit online. Even after you won the fight, I tweeted out, I was like, oh, I mean, he's got to be next in line for the belt. And even that tweet, people are like, oh, why? Because they're talking about your last performance. I'm like, did you just not watch what the kid just did just now? It's you can't let that bother you. Are you good about that? Are you good about letting that shit just kind of roll off your shoulders a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. You can't win in this game. There's always going to be people that love your style, love your game, and there's always going to be people that hate on you in it. So it is what it is.
Have you always been like that, Lerone? I know, like, you were kind of affiliated when you were younger and you had some trouble and stuff like that. But have you always been kind of just cool, calm, and collected, or did you used to have a bit of anger and a bit of attitude?
I'd say more anger as a youth, but obviously I've grown up now. But I've always been chilled anyway. I've always been laid back anyway. Really.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we don't want to keep you too long, mate, because you've just come back from Marbella. How was the weather?
Oh, it's great. I'm back here, the clouds, Manchester. I'm back here, but I'm going to Paris on Friday for the UFC.
Mate,
so
we'll see you there.
Oh, you there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be over there. I'm gonna go and watch the fights.
All right then, mate. Well, listen, we'll let you go. We'll let you get some sleep. Thanks for jumping on. Congrats again, mate. Unbelievable. Really happy for you. You deserve it. If you were to hazard a guess, you versus Volkanovski, when's that going down?
December. Volk wants to fight in December, so I think it's going to be Las Vegas, December. I'm waiting for a call anytime now, next few weeks, to get it set in stone, and then I'll start my training camp.
Hell yeah,
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Lerone, let you get some rest, mate. Thanks for giving us your time. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, brothers. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, mate.
Thank you.
Take care. What a awesome guy. Gets back from Marbella. Gets back from Marbella. It's not the longest travel. It's like 2 hours on a plane. But still, he said family. I'm not sure of his situation, but you've probably got kids and you got the wife or whatever. You're packing up. It's stressful. You got to get through the airport. You got to do the security and then walks in and jumps on. It is the number one show on planet Earth. Let's be honest.
You can't turn down the opportunity. Although Sean Brady did. Sean Brady didn't even respond to my text message today.
He blew it. Sean Brady would be fighting for the belt next if he was he had this.
I think so. Sean, I know you watch the show. We're disappointed.
Tell us, because you and Sean are boys. Tell us what Sean would have said.
Oh, well, he would have been bitching about Ian Gary hardcore today. I can tell you that, because he's kind of between a rock and a hard place right now. He wants to fight so bad. I mean, he's been pretty vocal about that on social media too. He wants these guys that are up there close to him in the ranks. He's just trying to get these fights. And you know how it is when you get to that point, like, oh, this guy's hurt or that guy's hurt. This guy can't do that fight at this time. Oh, how about this guy? That's like, things just, he's in a tough spot. You get to the tippy top, and then unfortunately it becomes a chess match of trying to get the right fight. So hopefully Sean gets something figured out soon. He wanted that fight in Vancouver against Ian. Ian didn't respond. So we'll see. I don't think that fight's off the table yet for him, but it's not. Nothing is set in stone for him right now that I know of as of, I guess, last week.
Well, Dana went on Instagram last week and announced a bunch of fights at Madison Square Garden. One of those fights was Leon Edwards, versus Carlos Prates, which is a phenomenal fight, by the way, between two great strikers. So with them two matched up, I mean, I don't really see what other matchups there are for Sean Brady. It's got to be Ian Gary.
Yeah, he wants Ian. He mentioned Bilal. He would fight Kamaru, but I know those two guys, I don't know their current situation right now. And injury-wise, you never know what's going on in personal lives and things like that. But those are the types of fights that he wants at the moment. So we'll see what he ends up getting. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's that Ian Gary fight. Both these guys have kind of been talking about each other for a little bit now. They're both right up there with being very close to getting a title shot. You don't want to let these other guys start to get these big fights on an MSG type card, and then your opportunity goes by. And that's why he's been so active and trying to get something squared up soon so that you're not forgotten about. We know how it is. You can go and beat Leon Edwards in London and it's this big, huge thing, but then time goes by and the next fight comes up, the next big performance come up. Carlos Prates wins by spinning elbow. He gets a fight at Madison Square Garden and it's like, shit, man, you got to strike while the iron's hot, and he's trying to.
That's why you never sit out on the sidelines. And Dana always says that, and I'm not just being a mouthpiece for Dana before he will start in the bloody comment section, but it's true. You sit out on the sidelines and you wait for something that you perceive that you deserve. Something happens, as you just said, spinning back elbow, some remarkable knockout, some twist of events, an injury. You know, you roll over your ankle, someone tears an ACL or whatever it is, right? Shit happens 100%. And then boom, opportunity arises. So you just got to keep going. But Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates, I'm excited for that matchup because we all know Carlos Prates. He's the man, right? He's a lot of fun to watch and he's brilliant. And he lost to Ian Gary, we know. But I think he will have learned from that because he did too little, too late in the 5th round. He had him in trouble, but he took his time. Maybe he was pacing himself because it was 5 rounds. This is a 3-round affair. He just knocked out. Who did he just knock out?
Jeff Neal.
Just knocked out Jeff Neal. So he's back to knockout ways. Leon Edwards, obviously a kickboxer first. This is a fight where he doesn't need to worry about his takedown defense. I mean, he fought Usman twice on the bounce, where it was all about defending takedowns. Then he fights another wrestler in Colby Covington, defending takedowns. Then he goes up against Bilal, loses that, gets dominated, loses the belt, and then loses to Sean Brady. So every fight since
grappler
has been grapplers. Now he gets to go up against a striker first. But Leon, he's got to be aggressive. He's got to find that mojo and that fire. He's got to find... He's got to just have more output. And I'm not talking shit about him. He's very, very technical, and he's certainly got the power when he lets it go. But sometimes he's a little too patient. Against Carlos Prates, Carlos is going to come forward. He is not going to struggle to find Carlos Prates, but he's got to fight.
Which works, I think, for Leon in this fight. And it's good to see him finally, like you're talking about, getting a high-level striker in there who's just going to stand with him. Carlos Prates is not going to shoot takedowns unless he's severely hurt in this fight. And I think for Leon, this is a great opportunity. And at the end of the day, you know, this is kind of last ditch for him, right? There's not that there's ever been excuses from Leon, not that he's been a guy that's ever been like, oh, well, I'm fighting all these grapplers. But in this one, if you lose this one to Carlos Prates, I mean, this is in your wheelhouse. This is a guy that's going to plan to go toe to toe with you and strike with you. So I feel like with his current situation, this is Leon has got to perform on this one. You're right. So hopefully we do see more from him, but I don't even think he's going to need to unless Carlos sits back and tries to play the more patient striker game, which could end up being more of a chess match. But Leon can't let that happen. He's got to go for the win here.
Yeah. Did you see?
He needs a win. He needs a win.
All right, today's episode is sponsored by Ghost Bed that are here to help you, to save you, to make sure that you get a good night's sleep and you are the best version of yourself. You all know if you don't get a good night's sleep, you're not going to be a good version of yourself the next day. That is where Ghost Bed comes in, because the Ghost Bed Luxe, also known as the coolest bed in the world, is built from top to bottom with cooling materials and patented technology that actually pulls heat away while you sleep. And like every mattress in Ghost Bed's new collection, it features their Pro Core layer designed to give you extra support through your hips and your back to keep you pain-free. And if the looks isn't your style, no worry. Ghost Bed has options. Go to ghostbed.com/believe or just hit the link in the description down below and take their mattress quiz. After a few quick questions about how you sleep, they will set you up with your best match from their all-new collection. They have over 20 years of experience. They've got over 60,000 five-star reviews. Ghostbed is a family-owned company that knows how to build top-quality mattresses that actually last. Every mattress is made in the USA and Canada using premium, durable materials. And whenever you're ready to upgrade your sleep, use the code BELIEVE at checkout for an extra 10% off. Yes, that's even on top of their fantastic deals. That is ghostbed.com/believe. Use the code BELIEVE to get an extra 10% off. You can just click the link in the episode description down below. Ghostbed, sleep cooler, sleep better, even when your brain won't tap out. I put these glasses on in honor of Chael Sonnen, to be honest. Not because my contact lens was giving me a hard time. It was, to honor Chael Sonnen. He stepped in against Craig Jones at the weekend. I'm assuming you saw this.
I saw the tap and then the best of 5 and all that kind of shit. So
roll the tape, because it didn't take long. Craig Jones dispersed of him in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody thought it was going to take too long. Credit to Chael for even stepping in and doing it.
This is the unorthodox jiu-jitsu that we know from Craig Jones.
Look at that, the triangle getting locked up as well.
That is tight. That is tight.
That's the submission.
Craig is out.
He's unconscious. Chael Sonnen put to sleep.
Taps him out. 20 seconds. I saw a video, Brian, I just said, I think it's on Instagram, on Tito Ortiz's Instagram. It was before he flew to Vegas for that, or wherever that was. I think it was in Vegas. He was at some wrestling event. I forget the name of it. And Chael Sonnen, I don't know the ins and outs. I just saw the Instagram video. And Tito comes out. And my algorithm is full of a lot of Tito stuff, and it's not exactly, it's not Shakespeare. Let's just put it like that. Tito,
never is.
Just to make it even worse, was hammered. Have you seen this video?
Bad boy, Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes. But
I've been watching Chael here doing great commentating. Good job tonight. I appreciate that. So my birthday, you pinned me. But I made him tap the last time we fought. But all you guys who are Democrats, you believe the bullshit, so I understand it. But we're 1-1. I've been watching this thing through the night. Thank every one of you guys for being here tonight. It's been an amazing job. All the wrestlers have put on an amazing job. I want an opportunity to do another match. Second. I've been retired for 3 years, and I've been coaching high school wrestling. I've been coaching kids a little better than you. I get it. You
want to go one more?
I think me and you should actually do a match here at RAF. You're a great announcer. You're actually leaving tomorrow to do a submission match, which I get it, which I respect that. I hate you. That is personal to me. Excuse my language. Apologize, children. Apologize. I gave you an opportunity to apologize after our last fight, and you didn't. Man to man. Next, RAF, number 2, Tito Ortiz, Chael Sonnen, here. In a wrestle match, I don't have to choke you. I don't have to punch in your face. I don't have to elbow in your face. We can do your style type of. Can we be a collegiate wrestler myself?
Can we wrap this up?
Yes, sir.
All right. So my response would go like this, with a little bit of space. You look good. By the way, you do look good.
Yes, sir.
I'm picturing myself on Fox Nation, okay? I come on there and they're saying, oh my God, that's him. That's Chael Sonnen, one of the greats ever.
The biggest mouth of the West.
And then they turn around and they say, that's 210 pounds of monkey crap. And they ask me who you are. And I say, show some respect. That man is named Tito Ortiz.
Yep. 5-time world champion, Hall of Famer, something you've never done in your life.
I'm actually in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I understand it. But you know what? You actually got a great mouth. So the last time you said that, which was my wife, my girlfriend, made more money than with their mouth. You actually made great money for your mouth. You never won a world title. You never won a great fight. But
it's bad, right?
After Baron Stan's fight, and I told you, talk the talk and you can walk the walk. And you did it after that. But you know what? So I gave you some advice. And the advice you took was great. Chael,
Tito, can we please
the next one? I'm gonna fucking smash you, so it's good. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I feel inclined to tell you that drunk rambling fool was a man named Tito Ortiz. And once upon a time on his birthday, I pinned him, and it sounds as though I'm gonna have to pin him again. Tito, I accept.
Oh God.
You can't talk shit to Chael, bro. You can't. Hey, you're Tito. You can't talk shit to anybody because you.
Well, especially when you're hammered and you
out.
can't string a sentence together.
Yeah,
Chael doesn't drink, so he's sober as a judge.
And he's
can't
quick.
even say Brian Stan's name.
Bro, that I did not see that. That is I feel you always walk away from a Tito Ortiz interview feeling bad for him a little bit, where you're just like, you do. I every time he talks, I'm like, you can't get a sentence out. I don't.
Just don't try.
I'm pulling a Tito right now just from watching a Tito.
Just don't try and be a wordsmith. Stop trying to try to say all these.
All he had to say was, "Hey man, you pinned me on my birthday. Now that we have this wrestling organization, I would love another shot to go out there and kick your ass." And that's it. And Chael would have said something, and that'd have been it. Or if you're going to have a bunch of Titos as a Tito, maybe you don't go out there and speak in front of that crowd.
Well, here's another thing that I saw online, and you must have seen this online. This Polish CEO. The kid's heart. Brian, roll the tape on this one because this is shocking behavior.
What an
steals it off the kid.
I saw this.
Sticks it in the bag.
Yeah.
And the poor kid's like, give it back to. I don't know much about this. So what was this? Was this a tennis match, a baseball match? What was this?
Tennis.
So yeah, it's the U.S. Open, which is happening right up the street from me. It's like, major, all the best players in the world. And it's like great access especially for little kids. It's something like that. It's what it's known for.
Yeah. So the guy came out. I mean, he's getting hunted down on social media. They've exposed who he is. There's tons of people going after this guy. And he came out. I don't know if you've got his statement. He came out on social media and defended it, basically. And Harrington, have you got that? I did say to stick it in on the chat, but if you haven't got it, then you haven't got it. It doesn't look like he's got it. He's not here. But Brian's got it. What a guy.
It was in the note.
I don't see it.
It was all on the same post. It's like the same Instagram post.
Oh, what does that say? I can't read it.
It says the recent incident at the tennis match has caused a disproportionate online uproar. It's all about the famous hat, of course. Yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly. But as I've always said, life is first come, first serve.
Oh my God.
Fuck this guy. I understand that some people might not like it, but please, let's not make a global scandal out of the hat. It's just a hat. If you were faster, you would have it.
If you were faster, you're talking about a child.
Regarding online hate, I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. Andy's a bitch.
I know.
All offensive comments, slander, and insinuations will be analyzed for the possibility of taking matter to court. That's like the most bitch-made thing.
And he's wearing an Iron Man hat, so he's a D-bag on top of it all, too. So
this guy's the biggest pussy on planet Earth. So he steals a hat from a child. It's like, bro, you're a grown man. To this kid, obviously he's at a tennis match. He idolizes this player.
Make his world. Make his world.
It's like, like your favorite fighter walks out and you give him a piece of merchandise or you sign something. It means the world to them. You're a grown man. You're a CEO of a company and you're going to steal it out of his hands. Then you're going to defend yourself. Then you're going to threaten people with legal action for talking shit online.
Yeah. Is his name Jake Paul?
His name is Peter Cezurek, I believe.
Be careful. He'll sue you, Brian.
Come at me, bro.
Sue me just for legal reasons. That was definitely Mike Harrington. No.
Exactly. Wasn't the Believe You Me podcast. And I don't even own the show. This is owned by Gas Digital, so
he needs a smack in the face, that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He needs a slap in the face. All right, so we'll do a bit more, and then we'll all go about our Labor Day.
Labor Day,
yeah. Why is it Labor Day?
I think to honor the workers of this country. Am I right, guys?
I think you are correct.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sounds about right. I mean, You get paid. So we did the Craig Jones. Is there any other news here? Ankalaev reacted to a video of Pereira training wrestling.
Hold on. Harrington's mad at us. What's up?
I'm not mad, but there is like a healthy bit of news towards the end of the notes, though. You referenced it earlier. Dana's announcement: JDM versus Islam, official for Madison Square Garden. Now it's also going to feature Zhang Weili versus Valentina for the flyweight title, and then added to the Abu Dhabi card, Mackenzie Dern versus Verna Jandiroba for the now vacant strawweight title. Also worth noting, last 3 champions that moved up all vacated their titles.
I saw some dude had a post on some like weird betting site where he bet like $1,500 that Mackenzie Dern would be the champion at the end of the year, and the payout was like $2.5 million, and this guy might actually get it.
Well, because Mackenzie Dern's already beaten Jandiroba, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure she has.
Yeah, beat
and
her.
I favor her
Very early in Jandiroba's UFC career back in 2020.
Yeah, still, she's beaten her.
That guy is shitting his pants with anticipation for that.
How much does he get, Brian? 2.5 million?
I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I believe it was in the millions, and he made the bet like at the end of last year for who would be the champion at the end of this year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he wins. I really do.
I kind of do too.
Harrington, I mean, we all knew Jack versus Islam was going to happen. All right. We've talked about it at length. It's happening at Madison Square Garden. It's great. It's awesome. Zhang Weili versus Valentina Shevchenko. Again, we kind of knew it was happening. I mean, I did. So that's why I wasn't like, whoa, we're going to talk about this. Mackenzie Dern fighting Vina Jandiroba. I didn't have a clue about that. But Shevchenko versus Weili, fantastic fight, brilliant fight. Do we think Weili Zhang can beat Valentina Shevchenko? I do.
I think it's 100%. I think it's possible.
I'm not saying she does, but I'm saying she's definitely in with a real good shot.
Yeah, I mean, how old is Zhang Weili at this point? I think she's significantly younger, or is she not as young as I think she is? Does anybody know? I mean, I like her chances a lot. I mean, she's so well-rounded. She's extremely explosive and strong. I think she's going to have no problem moving up.
Weili is 36, Valentina 37.
Wow.
See? Exactly. You never know. Sometimes
36.
Yeah, I had no idea. She's 36 years old. Not that that's
no idea
contributing factor, but yeah, I didn't know that either.
I saw her in Bang Tao in Thailand. She said, "Oh, you look."
Oh, is she trained there? Does she train there sometimes?
Yeah. I said, "You're always looking so good." I said, "You're a liar, Weili. Don't lie. I look like shit." Yeah, it's a tremendous fight. Of course, Harrington brings up the women fights all the time. You know, it's just a running joke, everyone. But Harrington, please tell us all about Vina Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern. Please.
No, like you said, it's an incredible fight. I'm very excited for it. I saw a video of Perillo training with Mackenzie today, talking about the countdown. So I'm super hyped about that fight. But that was not the reason that I popped on. One other news story I believe it became official this week. Big fight booking: Charles Oliveira versus Rafael Fiziev, set for Rio in October.
October 11th. I'll be there. Will you be at that one, Paul? I think we spoke about that.
No, I think the week before in Vancouver. I think it's the week before, the week after. It's one or the other. I can't remember.
Week before is a pay-per-view with Ankalaev and Alex Pereira.
Oh,
October
that's right.
4th. Yeah.
Right. Isn't there 2 pay-per-views in October?
Yeah, because we got the Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez pay-per-view this month. So they're doing one October 4th and then one October 25th. Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall, and then Ankalaev versus Pereira.
I'm doing the desk for that pay-per-view, the Aspinall Gane. I think I'm going to be in Bristol for the first time. I've never gone to
Bristol.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be in Abu Dhabi for the fight. I'm doing, if anyone's in Abu Dhabi, Tales from the Octagon is coming back. I'm doing Tales from the Octagon Abu Dhabi, Slap, TNT Sports.
You're going to be busy. You're going to be busy.
I know. I've got too much on. It's a busy week. It's a busy,
my
busy week.
my
but-
September's about to be real busy, dude. I got this week, we're going to Paris. Then I'm home Sunday. I leave Monday for Contender Series, my first Contender Series of this year. Then I'm home. Then I work the next week Contender Series. Then I'm home. And then I go to Perth at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But I needed it. I needed it. And with everything going on too, like some of my family members, they don't understand that we're independent contractors. Like I'm not salary. Like I get paid per job. And they're like, oh, do you have to go to Paris with what's going on with your mom? And obviously I'd like to stay and help my mom with everything that's going on. Even my mom is like, no, you need to go do what you're doing. But some of my aunts and uncles don't quite get that. They're like, can you stay home? I'm like, I have 3 kids. Like, you do understand that I have 3 kids, a house. Like, I gotta pay bills. I've got to save money for my kids. Like, I gotta go to work. Like, I and they don't get it. Like, I'm not throwing them under the bus, but like, no, I cannot take off because I took off for the baby being born. So I've been off for over a month. Like, I got to go to work, but I am busy. So it's good. I'll make up for a lot of the time that I've had off for the past month or so because the little baby.
Yeah, you got 3 young kids. I've got 3 old kids.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm dreading
I got to start getting ready for college if they're going to go to college and do all that.
Lucas is going to be driving soon. Okay, he's almost 16, so he's talking about passing his test and stuff and want to start lessons. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Callum, Ellie, guys, there's going to be 5 cars on the driveway.
Yeah,
5 cars, 5 lot of insurance, 5 lot of gas, 5 lot of tire repairs, 5 lot of this is broken down, 5 lots of that.
And that's why you're working all those jobs that you just mentioned right there. Yeah, exactly.
You know, exactly. I mean, they're all in school. Callum's getting his master's degree. Ellie's training to be an actress and all this type of stuff. But I cannot wait for the day that they stand on their own 2 feet. It's like, come on. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel good. In fact, this morning
I'll be 65 if I get there before I'm worried about any of that, man. It's going to be nuts.
I can't wait. I can't wait to I'm just supporting me and Rebecca. That'll feel crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll feel good, though. It'll feel good. I think so. Speaking of age, Merab says that he's going to fight until he's 50 years old. He wants to defend the belt 4 times. And he wants to fight until he's 50 years old. Now, my YouTube editor, John Brannigan, great guy. He said, do you see the news, Mike? Merab says he wants to fight until he's 50. I'm like,
he says that now.
He says that now.
Yeah.
Wait until he gets,
Tell me that at 40. Tell me that at 40, yet alone, 45. Like, dude, you're not fighting until 50. You're not fighting. And if you're fighting at 50, it's not going well.
And certainly when he's headbutting frozen lakes.
Yeah.
And
running down mountain cliff sides.
Yeah.
You might not get there, buddy.
He ain't going to make it to 50.
Let's get to 38.
If he fights again this year, that'll be 4 title fights in a year. Because I think he's talking about, because he's fighting Corey Sandhagen soon. Where's that?
Yeah, when
in
is
Abu
that?
Dhabi? Is it Abu Dhabi? Was that in Vegas? Harrington, fact check it, please. It's soon. He's fighting Corey Sandhagen.
Within the
Khalil
next
Roundtree.
months,
It is it's the co-main event of the Pereira versus Ankalaev card. So it's the next pay-per-view up.
October 4th.
And good for him, man. I love it. I love his crazy attitude. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that at 34 that you're going to fight until you're 50. It's like
another thing that's easy to say says he wants a very quick turnaround from that fight and wants to get back in there in December after the Corey Sandhagen.
Like, you got to get through Corey Sandhagen first, who's going to try to knee your face off. And I'm not saying that Merab can't get through it and he can't get a win and he can't get a finish. I'm not saying that, but you have a very high probability of taking some damage when you're facing a Corey Sandhagen in a fight. So
I think Corey Sandhagen is his toughest fight because he's so cerebral, he's so smart, he's very technical in all areas, excellent striking, insane footwork, and his fight IQ is just next level. But if Merab can just Merab him, maul him, do his thing for 5 rounds, ain't nobody stopping that little crazy wrecking ball.
Yeah, man.
If he does that to Corey Sandhagen, no one.
I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be because he is just running through everybody right now, and he's only gaining confidence. He's always training. He's always getting better. The machine.
I mean, there's no one. He's beating everyone. If he gets through Corey Sandhagen, there's Piotr Jan. Piotr Jan maybe deserves another shot. I think he does, actually. But outside of that, I don't see anyone.
I got a wild card. Somebody who's got a pretty similar style, Mario Batista. Like, immovable force versus an impossible object, or whatever that phrase is. It's like two guys who are just going to try to do the same thing to each other. I'd be interested in it.
No, that's a good shout. And then also Pantoja, he says he's got no business or no desire to move up to 35, but I'd be kind of interested to see that as well. But where do people send in questions, Paul? It's Labor Day. We've all got homes to go to.
bympod@gmail.com, guys. Send those questions in. We had a few we had what, three or four last week. It was good.
Well, we had more, but we just limited it to 3. And just as an extra incentive now, you might have noticed Brian did a tremendous job of editing them into its own separate video. So you're gonna get platformed. Simple as that. You send in a question,
exposure.
Good one.
You're getting exposure.
If you've got an Instagram, it's gonna blow up. You know what I mean? They'll be getting sponsorship deals.
Getting those views, man. I got to get on my sponsorship deal stuff, man. It's been tough. It's been tough. It's been tough to try to make videos while I'm back and forth the hospital and all that kind of stuff. One guy's been hitting me up and how's it going? And I'm like,
yeah. So no one wants to hear this from us. We're talking about the price of pizzas and stuff like that and how hard it is for the fellow man. But on my YouTube channel, my editor, John Brannigan, he makes a living off a percentage of the channel. And I'm like, I haven't been sending any videos, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I've been on the go. I'm knackered. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm on a 50 time difference. I'm taking a little bit of time down, but I'm back. We're going to get cracking. We're going to get going.
I know. That's how I feel. I feel like this week, that's how I feel. I'm getting back to Paris, back on the road. Yeah. But at least that, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm working again. It actually gives me time on my own. I can record videos. I can promote things. I can get going. So hopefully this week,
let me ask you,
I can get back.
Are you down to do a little content in Paris, Paul?
Yeah, of course.
Here's the thing. I hate, because I've got a good little setup. It's like a mobile thing with, what do you call it? A selfie.
You got to travel with all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But I just can't do it. And John, he wants to come to some events and he'll follow me around and blog me and shit. And again, I don't like that because then I feel like a dickhead with that personal cameraman following me around. I just can't do it. And he wants to do that. And he's like, I'll come and just follow you around with the camera and make some blogs. And they do very well. And there's some entertaining stuff. But I just feel like an absolute tit at 46 years old doing that shit. You know what I mean?
That's where I don't get I'm the same way with all that kind of stuff. I know it can be lucrative. I know that the fans and the MMA community, they want that kind of content. It's not,
they want that access.
It's there. Yeah. They want to see what's going on from the production to what's it like interviewing the fighters. What's it like breaking down fights?
What you're having for dinner.
Yeah. I just struggle with it's tough for me to transition into the world of 2025 where that is what people do now. People walk around and record and are constantly in contact with that. And I mean, I'm on my phone a lot, but that's the extent of my,
Well, Rampage is streaming his entire life.
I couldn't imagine doing that. I couldn't imagine doing that.
A lot of people do it, and
I know. And his son is unfortunately doing that as well. Still,
wow, yeah.
That's
we
a whole other
last week. We don't want to get into that again because it's a depressing situation. But yeah, the streaming stuff, man. Brian, who are the biggest streamers? I know there's was it Neon?
Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes out there.
What kind of money are they making?
Bank.
Millions?
Oh yeah, monthly. Maybe high six figures monthly. For some of those dudes, probably low 8 figures for some of them.
But I'm going to use a really rough term here. It's I get it and I understand it and all that, but you're a whore for all of that. You have to just be constantly. That's your life. That's all you can do. And I'd rather, I say this because it's maybe not on my table, right? Maybe if these offers and I was getting that kind of money for streaming, but I don't want to do that while I'm hanging out with 3 little girls upstairs. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't do that. I'm not going to do that.
No, you can't. 100%. Number one, it'd be putting them in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously we got the cringe factor. I don't mind doing it from here. I sit here, we do the podcast, I do my little YouTube videos and stuff like that. And when I'm on the go, I'll do them in the hotel room. And sometimes if there's a good story, if there's something worth talking about, if there's nothing worth talking about that I'm interested in doing, I won't do a video just for the fucking sake of it. So there's content going out. You know what I'm saying?
Or just everywhere you're walking around. Like, just imagine everywhere you're walking, there's people chiming in because you're being filmed 24/7, just talking about anything and bitching and talking shit back and forth to them. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't want that kind of access.
Well, anyway, Brian, what questions have we got this week? BYM Pod, do us a favor, like the video, like the podcast. As you're watching this right now, just click that like button, leave a comment.
Ring the bell.
Say what it takes. I'd rather you left a comment.
Well, so
all right, ring it.
The thing about ringing the bell is it lets you know when we put out a new thing. So if you're ever like, oh my God, I missed this, it's because you didn't ring the bell.
Yeah. Well, ring that
bell.
What have you got, Brian?
All right, first question we have here today is from Brandon J. I thought this one was pretty funny.
What's up, boys? Brandon from Connecticut. Long-time believer, first-time caller. I'm watching the fights the other night, and I can't help but think to myself, who decides who's got to sit in the middle at the commentary table? Because, growing up, let's say you're riding in your friend's car or something, and you got to sit in the back seat in the middle.
Who's sitting bitch?
Sitting bitch. So my question is, who decides who's got to sit bitch at the commentary table?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It is.
There's a very real answer for that question. Me and you know this, Michael. Obviously, the person doing the interviews sits on the end. The play-by-play guy sits on the other end. So whoever is the commentator that's not going into the octagon sits in the middle. So if it's me, John Gooden, and Bisping this weekend, for example, your boy gets bitch. Your boy gets bitch.
And the reason being is because the play-by-play guy, Brendan, John Anik, John Gooden this weekend, there's the stage manager, Nina or whoever, and they will hand them cards. So obviously if they're in the middle, that's problematic. You know, so there's a guy sitting at the sides handing him cards and stuff like that, certain things that he has to read. And on the other side, I have to get up, or Paul has to get up, or whoever's doing the interview has to get up and walk away. So it's just cleaner. It's just easier.
It's just, just logistics of it. But that's funny to think, you wouldn't know that if you were just a fan watching at home. But yeah, that's the reason somebody gets middle seat. It's actually easier when we're actually just broadcasting, because I can do this, right? If I'm sitting in the middle. And for you, I know that's tough because you're right. Like which side is it again? That's the bat, your left side or your right?
This side, yeah.
Right. So you're always better when you're on.
Well, because I can't, right? I've got to look that way. But looking that way hurts my neck. So I have to turn my seat this way. So then sometimes we get the fourth broadcaster, Heidi Androla or whoever, and they sit there behind me. And I don't interact with them at all because I'm blind in this eye. So I have no idea that they're there. And it's only after a while I say, oh shit,
I didn't even know you were there.
Sorry,
I thought you were in the back.
And then I'll give you another little part as well. And maybe you know this phenomenon, Paul. Do you ever find this? When you're the guy on the end, sometimes you get left out. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll find
feel far away. Yep.
Yeah, like Brendan and you or whatever. Like you guys seem to buddy, and I'm on the end, and I'm like, hey, over here, dickhead. This is a 3-man team.
Yeah,
let me in.
You do. You can feel a bit lost over there.
A little isolated.
It's so much easier for that conversation to start, and you're like, okay, I'll let that one go. Yeah.
What else, Brian? But that was a good question. Thank you very much. Paul will be sitting bitch next week in Paris.
I will be sitting bitch in Paris.
All right, so we got another question that I thought was funny for a different reason. This is Jacobo Trabaldo.
All right.
Mike and Paul, not so quick question. Big fan from the podcast. My name is Jacopo from Italy, and I've been training MMA for 2.5 years. My brother has been training boxing for 1.5 years, not very consistently, and he quit a while back. We recently had some competitive sparring rounds, and this had me questioning how the frick does my brother, who has considerably less experience, compete with me in boxing rounds, by the way. But still, how did he compete with me? This often happens not only with my brother, but with other competitors. There's people that have been training less than me, and they often get their way with me. And there's people that have been training more than me, and I beat them. How is this possible? Is it maybe a clash of styles? Are there faster learners than others? And to be honest, this often gets me pretty frustrated. This is the number one bullshit. This is the thing that when people who have been training less than me beat me, my blood boils, to be honest. Because in theory, the more you train, the better you should be. But it's not like that. So can you guys explain why, and please give me some words of encouragement, because it's pretty frustrating. Bye. Sorry for my English, but I love the podcast. Thanks.
Paul, that's a great question. Take it away.
That's a really good question. And unfortunately, my man, just natural skill does always come into play. Natural athleticism and just how quickly people pick things up just based on their physicality sometimes is a huge factor. And you can train all you want, but there still could be somebody that comes in 2 weeks who's just a natural, right? There's always going to be that, but you have to keep grinding. And a lot of those guys don't have that same work ethic. So that would be my words of encouragement, is that it's okay to lose rounds in the gym anyway. It's okay to have bad days in sparring. Just keep pressing forward and keep grinding. And especially if it's MMA and you're losing some boxing rounds, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's one sport in mixed martial arts. So just keep doing your thing, and tell your brother to grapple with you next time that he gets a boxing round and gets the better of you. Be like, all right, now you have to roll a round of jiu-jitsu with me. And if he gets the better with you there, then we have to start worrying about where you're maybe training.
Well, if he gets the better of you there, then it's clearly evident that your brother can kick your ass. Okay. Yeah. And that's sometimes that's just a fact. And I'm not trying to get you on a downer, my friend from Italy and Jacobi. Sometimes some people are just tougher than other people. That's a fact. But what Paul said is absolutely true. You've also got to take into consideration, if you're there, and I don't know if he's the older brother or the younger brother, but if the person that's got the least experience, when they're going up against somebody in the gym or wherever it is, and they know they've got more experience, to them, that's kind of like their world championship. You know, they're like, oh, shit. And they're bringing everything they've got. Their adrenaline is spiked. Because it means so much to them to beat them. Whereas you're just like, oh, just having a little move around, and this guy's picking you apart, and like, because it means the world to them. And you're just like taking it easy, you know. So sometimes there's that. Other times, maybe they're just a bit awkward. You know, often you get guys that are just a bit awkward and don't really know what they're doing, and they're connecting when they shouldn't be connecting because they're not following the rules because they just suck. You know, you know that you're aware of that situation, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, or as you said, maybe they're just more talented and better than you. So we can soften it up. We can give you some hints, give you some tips and advice, but maybe you're just a pussy as well, bro. I'm joking. But maybe you are. But fair play, keep trying, keep training, and tell him to grapple. See how you get on with that. And if he whoops your ass in that, come back and let us know. But still, all the best. Keep training. What else? Is that it? We got one more? Or are we wrapping up?
I got one more in for you guys. This one is from Devin Cross.
Mikey B, Irish Dragon, Harrington, Brian, thank you for the show. Huge congratulations on the baby, Paul. That's awesome. I love that. Very sorry to hear about your mother. I'm happy she's doing better though, at least today. My big question is, honestly, when you left, Paul, at number 6 in the world, I understand you did come back to fight RDA, but were you convinced right there at that moment you were done? Was there any doubt that you needed, or not needed, doubt that you had that you knew this was over? And I guess same for you, Mike. I know you've explained a little more, but I am curious. I am just wondering. I love the show. Very happy to see you guys back. Thank you.
Well, for me, I think I'd been through a lot of hospital stays. I'd been a lot of pretty serious injuries in there. And I started MMA pretty late. I was already getting into my mid to other side of 35 by the time I decided to hang it up. And for me, it was about, I just didn't see a real shot at getting to the title at my age and where I was with 2 losses in a row, even though, the fight with Dan was really close. The fight with RDA was, a competitive fight, but I lost that. And at that point, I thought I was still going to keep going. But when the desire is not there, it's a tough sport to be in, man. And that's what really made me sit out for a while, really think about it. I didn't make that decision easily. Like I let a lot of time go by before I officially retired and kind of took myself out of the testing pool and all that. But when I no longer had that burning desire to get another fight, that's when I was like, well, that's it. That's all I need to know is like, I'm not chomping at the bit to get another fight, because all of my career, even after losses, I wanted to get back in there. I wanted to be better. I wanted the next fight. And when that went away, that's all I needed to know, was that if that desire is not there, and my family, they, everyone goes through a lot of stress when I'm in there and getting punctured lungs and broken arms and broken orbitals and huge gashes in my face. And, it didn't seem like I was going to get pushed towards a title shot anytime soon. And, it wasn't like I was making millions of dollars to step in there. So I was just going to dedicate myself to commentary and move my career in a different direction.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because you were already commentating. I wasn't until quite a while afterwards. So do you feel like in some ways that worked against your fight career? Because, you got a great job now, and like you were already doing it. Did that kind of send the message? I don't need to do this. I have a career here doing that. And I'll also have other time to do other projects as well. So maybe, obviously, you're a trained actor and stuff like that. So I can do the commentary. I'll have time for other stuff. I don't need that. Do you think if it wasn't like that, you maybe would have fought a bit longer?
100%. I think it made it easier for me to make that decision. I think if I hadn't had that, I may have forced it and tried to push the motivation and got myself in there and gotten through fights. But again, unfortunately, it probably wouldn't have been, it still wouldn't have probably gone my way if I'm forcing all that. But yeah, and maybe I wouldn't have been forcing it if I didn't have the commentary. Maybe I would have been a little hungrier for it, but it's just, it is what it is. It's how it played out. And I did have that job, and but I had that job for years before I retired. Like I started in 2017. I retired officially in, I think, 2021. So, I mean, I worked through it before, and it was still always fighting first. And when that started to go away, that's when I was like, oh man, all right. Like I'm not hungry to get back in the gym and sparring. I was enjoying doing other workouts and other things. So yeah, it was time. And then I thought, and then it goes back and forth, and I've obviously gotten back into the testing pool over the years and thought about the Jim Miller fight and all those kind of things, and it didn't work out. And then that was it. Like when that stuff kind of went away too, it was like, all right, it's not meant to be.
Thank you for explaining that. I want to say that guy had very interesting facial hair.
Yeah.
What do we think? What is that? Is that Mormon or something? Or is it like he was driving a tractor, I think?
Yeah. Or a truck or something. What was that, guys? Do you know what that was?
I liked it because I was looking at it and I thought, whoa. And then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he rocks it. He looked good. It suited him.
Yeah.
But what is that Amish? Do you think he was Amish?
Nah, no, he wouldn't be on the cell phone calling us if he was Amish, I don't think.
Okay.
No, he has tattoos too, so
yeah, no,
definitely not Amish.
That's a truck, right? Is that a truck or like
that's for sure? It's like a DOT vehicle. It looks like some sort, like a truck with a trailer on the back.
Yeah,
it looks like he's just in a cab.
He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Thanks for the question, buddy. I hope Paul answered to your satisfaction. Anyway, that's an hour and 52 minutes of us two waffling out of our arses with no planning, no preparation. Big thanks to Lerone Murphy, though. Jumped on out of the blue straight after his holiday back from Marbella. We're going to go and enjoy our days now. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, all that good shit. Take it easy.